Yo, it's the level of competition for me. Two battlers locked in a verbal annihilation, dog fight. You bring in the bars, you bring in the wordplay, the attributes that makes the battle grand. It's the breakdown, baby. Get your bars up. Fuck with us one night a week. Salute.
Come on, Joe.
Hello?
Yeah, hear you.
Here we go.
Can you hear me?
What's up?
Yeah.
Finally.
What's up?
All right.
Yo,
What's
Serious.
happening, man?
Yo, Serious. Will you bet? This is how we starting, straight from the gate, just like this. Will you allow us to judge the battle for an extra $1,000 in the building with 3 judges? You and Matt. I got Matt 2-1 clear.
I got Serius Jones 2-1.
My $1,000 out of my pocket, my own money. Bet me, fuck with me.
You're not supposed to have a bias when you're the league owner, right?
It's not a bias. It's not a bias. It's not a bias.
You're not supposed to be making predictions, bro.
Yo, prediction block for the entire card on the way. I told y'all back as a blogger, right?
That's like Showtime Boxing talking about, we got Floyd Mayweather in this fight, guys. But anyway, we're here broadcasting the new fight.
I watch certain battlers crowned. This is my shooter publicly in interviews. I don't want to hear none of it. Look at Tay-Rock. Tay-Rock got the public, you know what I'm saying, that other batters, complained about. But it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all good pressure. It's all good pressure. But then you know what happens? You look like you beat RBE and Matt. Take my money. I got a humble $1,000. I got a humble $1,000 that I would like to put up of my own money to have the battle judged in the building. Do you accept?
Okay, well, can I answer you?
Yes, sir. Look at this. Shout out to Raw Poetic J Son who just tweeted me, I got 500 on Jones. The fans are starting to weigh in. What's up? Answer.
I got Jones 2-1 too.
No, we're putting dollars up now. We're putting money up now. This is no longer about just your judgment, your prediction. We talk about this judge situation. What's going on?
Is this thing on?
Yeah, so we hear you. Stop stalling your answer.
Can I finish? All right. What I
Hold
want to say is this is a 3-premise answer. It's a 3-pronged answer. All right. One, I've always been advocating for judging battles since Fight Club, since before that. Like, I'm the one that's always been like, yo, we need to judge this shit. But to be honest, with this situation, especially because of the fact that this is more of a personal battle, I don't know if the building, judging it in the building, is like the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I don't think that I'm gonna do anything but kill him in the building, it's still like, just for instance, this Mike P battle just came out. People were saying I got 3-0'd. They was acting like I really got killed and all this shit. And then if you come and it comes out, look at the comments underneath it.
Yeah, it was some gas in that building.
What you say?
I said, yeah, it was some gas in that building now.
Yeah,
it was gas on Mike P to death.
Was not jacking me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, there wasn't.
So if there was judges that was sitting there in that building and were to judge the battle in that building, they probably would have gave it to him. Just because of the energy of the building. So, and the reality of it is, though, when you look at it on camera and you look at the bars and you're like, you know what I mean? I'm not gassing it or feeling away just to feel myself. Look at what the comments are. Look at the tweets that I'm retweeting. Look at what people are saying.
But here's the thing. Everybody knows that there's 2 battles that you could judge. The online battle and the in the building. That's on y'all to know which y'all are writing for and performing for.
Stop saying that word, ARP. You love that y'all word. There is no y'all.
Nigga, yeah, because y'all are both agreeing to have this shit judged.
Yeah, but brother,
what you mean?
I can't agree for another man. I can't agree for what another man agreed to. It's not y'all. It's not if y'all do it.
So you said you agree then? You said you agree then?
I mean, honestly, I don't even care, but $1,000 is not a big deal when we talk about the shit that we battle for anyway. So that's not even like, you know what I mean? That's not even like crazy incentive. But the whole point is, like, I don't care about that part. Like, I don't care about whether or not this is judged. I care about being able to say what I'm going to say and just to know that it ain't going to be no fuck shit. That's all I care about. I don't care about the validation of someone saying that Jones killed him. I know I'm going to kill him. I don't need a judge to say it. Personally.
So if it's a different incentive, we'll talk about that behind the scenes. As far as whether it's judged online, on a Twitter poll, in the building, whatever, we'll talk about that. You know what I mean? Because I did see some feedback for that like a week or two ago when we started to mention that. I think it's a good opportunity because the history of this battle, you know, stamping for the history books an official winner. So it's not up for debate. So you don't have the 5 years from now people are saying, I got Serius for this reason, or I got Math for that reason. I'm talking about an official dub or an official L. This could be one of those situations that works.
I'm not against that. I'm not against that. Like, I like pressure. Like, I'm okay with that. But when you say it for a certain thing, and there's like a certain incentive for it, if we only talking about, you know, that number you just said, that's like, okay, like, you know, that ain't doing shit, really. You know what I'm saying? But
I got some questions for you, but I don't want to hop in front of the platform. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Hey, Serious. This math battle, right? Did you prepare or write different for this battle than any other battle? Because it's a big battle for you.
Honestly, yeah, but that's only because this is a more personal subject. You know what I'm saying? Right. In reality, like, the only way I prepared different is that I just let it come to me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't chasing bars. I wasn't trying to force it in terms of, I just thought about what do I really need to say to this thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, cause honestly, that was the challenge in even accepting this battle. Because I'm like, what can you even say to a nigga in this situation? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So once I got that together in my head and I knew what I needed to say to him, the rest is easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Time limits though. Is it unlimited or is 3 rounds? I mean 3 minutes or you know?
It's 3 minutes, but hopefully, you know what I mean, we can have our little grace period. ARP's not going to trip, and ARP's good at that, not tripping at niggas going a couple, you know what I mean, seconds over the limit. Hopefully he's not going to be on that corny shit, because I wrote 3 minute rounds, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I'm just finishing my shit now.
Let me answer that. Let me answer that, y'all. Nigga said ARP on some corny shit.
No,
you're a funny nigga, son. And I seen that weak ass basketball clip you put up. Fuck out of here, slow motion, doing a slow motion on a fucking layup. On a layup. Them old legs couldn't get you above the rim, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Them old knees. Nigga, slow motion layup. Yo, let me answer that. Let me answer that. The way we have always been at our events, as well as it's in the contract. And this is for, I know Serius knows this because he obviously signed the contract. But I want to put this out there for the world again. The way we are, as well as the way it's in the contract, is that RBE steps in to cut a battler off if an opponent starts to object about the other person going over the time limit. So what that means is the contract is 3 minutes with grace period of 30 seconds. So now let's start to say, you know, you as an artist, you could tell about how long or how many bars your opponent spit because these guys are artists. They've been rapping their whole life. So you kind of tell. You know what I'm saying? Let's say Serius feels that Math is at like a 5-minute mark. If he starts to look at me and tap on his wrist, you know how battlers be doing that shit? He starts to tap on his wrist, or he starts to look at me, or he starts to mumble like, yo, come on, how long we going, or whatever. That's when RBE steps in and says, yo, Serius or Math or whatever, wrap up your last bar. You guys see that history on our channel. You never see us looking at our clock and timing somebody and then hopping in and saying, that's it, you use your time. We don't want to do that, especially in a big battle. So we kind of put that responsibility a little bit more on the artist, because at the end of the day, they have a certain time that they're supposed to write to, but we're not going to be the ones to bitch if they go over. It has to come from the opponent for us to cut them off. We're not going to be the ones to ruin the battle. Not all the
Not to cut you off, ARP, but I'm going to say this too. I'm not going to be the one to do that either. And if y'all know me, the only time that I've ever really either tripped or cut somebody off about time was the battle that really established that there's a 3-minute time rule, which was me versus Murder Moore. But I was like, show you how to murder a nigga in 3 minutes. Because we came up with that time frame because of the fact that back then, niggas would be just rapping forever. And if it wasn't the Fight Club, which was 60 seconds or 90 seconds, then it was the streets, which was unlimited. Niggas just rap until they can't rap. So it was like, I got to the point where I was like, nah, we can't just be out here just rapping forever. So I actually kind of, came up with the idea of saying, yo, we should just do this shit for 3 minutes. So I don't know if people know the history of that shit, but the reality of this
history shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But the reality of this situation is, I wanted to touch on something, and this is just so that it's on record, you know what I mean, with ARP here, because I spoke to him about this morning, actually, all right? Like, in terms of, and this is why I said, y'all, that you guys, and those words are dangerous. I understand, you're the league owner, so we're always going to be you guys and y'all because we're rappers, right? So I get that part. But the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, some people, I'm a professional. If anybody knows anything about my battle rap career, you've never seen me not come prepared. You've never seen me initiate no violence or push niggas or do no disrespectful gestures as a punchline or none of that. You've seen Serius Jones shows up and raps, and usually good, and usually entertains the crowd, usually. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's what I get paid for. I don't do nothing else. So the niggas that do the other shit, that's the niggas who, and I heard him say something, and I have an issue with this too, but I hope he's not stupid enough to pursue. Like, there's ways that you can infringe upon someone's, space or do disrespectful gestures that require someone to do something back. And that's not you initiating. Like, for instance, say a nigga just keep walking up to you to the point where you got to either back up or push them backwards to say, yo, back up.
Right.
So you're supposed to just let a nigga walk all the way up to you and do all until. So if a nigga walks up and does some old crazy gesture in my face now at this point, and I pop on him because I'm obviously fearing or for my safety or whatever the fuck if I did, right? Because I'm a professional who's never done that in 20 years. And the person who's done that, so not to be, not to drag it, but I don't like that y'all narrative. It's not between us.
Let me answer that.
I don't do that. I've never done that, and I'm never going to do that.
Let me answer to that, and I'll answer to that in a way of a conversation that I had with Matt, because you both have that same concern, which is actually good, which is good for the fan. You guys both being worried about the other person touching y'all or doing something that's a little bit going to put y'all on edge just shows me that both of y'all really want to rap and get through this as much as possible, but you're still concerned that the other person might do something that's going to make you react. This is how I answered that when Matt brought it up to me, was on the line. I said, we can't keep gray area, because if there's gray area, then there's no way for the platform or the business entity to identify who is wrong. So what is gray area? For example, you cut on Serius Jones versus Ill Will. Soon as Serius Jones round started, he was on Ill Will's neck. I'm sitting there watching this motherfucker's performance like he's on some other shit. His bars is crazy. His aggression is up. He's finger pointing. He's doing the finger pointing and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can't create gray area. Hold on. You can't create so much gray area, because then you got to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and start to try to define, which is impossible, every little type of motion. That is impossible. That's like saying if a finger point is too close Or what about if he walks around behind me?
I don't get it though.
No, I get it. And right now, I'm not even saying y'all. I'm just speaking from the legalities of the platform. I'm not even speaking about a y'all or you or Math at this point. I'm just talking about the position that the platform would be in. And this is for every battle. The position that the platform has to be in is it has to be a black and white infraction on the contract. You can't leave gray areas. So I can't call Math and say, make sure you don't walk up within 3 inches of Serius Jones. I can't call Serius Jones and say, when you're rapping and you're moving your hands because you're acting out your bars, make sure your finger doesn't get past 2 inches of Math's face. But what I can say that's black and white.
He can have his fingers in my face. He can do whatever.
No, I get it. No, let me just say. I got you. I think you understand.
Can't bump nobody. Can't pocket check.
That's what I'm getting to. I think we're on the same page. We saw it sound like the face off, ain't we? We saw it sound like the face off. Hold on.
This is supposed to be my interview.
I'm about to drop off. Yo, Jones. I'm gonna answer that. Jones, I'm going to answer that. I'm going to finish that answer. I'm going to leave you with a question, and then I'm dropping off, and then it's all you, homie. But what we can do as a platform legally within a contract is create black and white stipulations, and that is the physicality aspect that's there several times and worded several ways within both of their contracts and all of our contracts, because we can't leave gray area, because then they have the opportunity to turn back around and tell us, but I felt this way. Then the contract is already, if you put that contract in front of a lawyer, there's too much gray area to act on. So we have to stick with the black and white stipulations. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, past legalities, we do our best to work with the battlers and keep them in their comfort zones, because this is a very unique situation. So past legalities, which I hope that we never have to invoke, we will continue to have conversations with Math and Serius Jones behind the scenes, as well as when we get out there the day before, after the press conference. We're going to continue to have these conversations with them, and we continue to middleman things that go back and forth. Like if Serius Jones hits me up and he says, I don't want Math HOFFA to pocket tap me. That's real common in battle rap. Everybody knows that that's not violence, and that's not a reason to throw a punch, because it happens every battle, but I don't want him to do that to me. I leave my door open for Serius Jones to tell me that type of stuff, and then I go to Math and I say, yo, Math, no pocket tapping. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to continue to work with these guys to make sure that, you know, they understand their gray areas, even though RBE has to stick to the black and white of a contract. But we still want to help them with their gray areas as much as possible. And that all comes with communications between all three parties. That's what we're doing our best of behind the scenes.
Dope. That's what's up.
That was a very legal answer, because you're not going to leave me fucked up on this interview series.
I don't try to leave people fucked up, man.
Yo, Wing, everybody, salute to y'all. Yo, salute to y'all. Salute to everybody on the line. I just want to leave one last question, and then I'm hanging up. Or I'm going on mute just to hear Serius Jones answer, and then I'm hanging up. I appreciate y'all having me. Jones, I got a question for you. You are notorious for talking during people's rounds.
Yo, you got to stop this, bro. No, I'm not. Whose round I talk to?
Yo, Serius Jones,
tell me right now. Whose round?
You tend to talk during people's rounds in battle. I rewatched you in Ill Will 1,000,000 times. You know what I'm saying? How do you plan on approaching how you will maintain your actions while your opponent is rapping on August 31st? Salute y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me. Serius Jones, I'm going to talk to you in a second. Serius Jones' trailer dropping today. Serius Jones, send me that footage. We're looking forward to seeing what he got coming. We got y'all. Check out in a second. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, buddy.
The verbal is